Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into Samsung's upcoming mid-range device, the Galaxy A56, and some exciting changes to its camera system. If you're a fan of Samsung's A series, especially the A5X models, this one might be worth looking out for. And spoiler alert, the selfie camera might finally get the upgrade we've all been waiting for. So let's jump into what we know so far. The Galaxy A56 is expected to have a very familiar camera setup on the back, but with one crucial improvement on the front. Our friends at Galaxy Club recently got some early details on the A56's camera configuration, and it's mostly similar to last year's model. Here's the rumored lineup: a 50-megapixel primary wide lens as the main shooter, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens, a 5-megapixel macro lens, and the big change, a 12-megapixel selfie camera on the front. This setup is almost identical to what we saw on the Galaxy A55, aside from that major improvement to the front-facing camera. But let's address the elephant in the room, that 5-megapixel macro lens. While some might find it fun for close-ups, it's honestly not going to be the star feature here. Now let's talk about why the switch to a 12-megapixel front camera could actually make a big difference. After all, when it comes to selfies, it's not all about the megapixels. On paper, a higher resolution sounds like it should deliver better quality, right? Well, not always. Camera performance isn't just about resolution. It's about how the sensor captures light, handles color, and deals with motion. Higher pixel counts are great if all other conditions are ideal, but a camera with great performance also needs a solid field of view, good depth of field effects, and the ability to adjust to different lighting conditions smoothly. This is where Samsung's previous selfie cameras on the A5X series fell short. Despite having a 32-megapixel selfie camera on every A5X model, from the Galaxy A51 to the Galaxy A55, it never really stood out. Samsung tried different versions of a 32-megapixel camera, but overall, it was average at best. Now consider Samsung's flagship Galaxy S24, which also has a 12-megapixel front-facing camera. Samsung didn't just use a high resolution. They designed it to perform well in low light, capture natural colors, and deliver solid background blur, all of which are vital for a top-notch selfie. Of course, it's unlikely the Galaxy A56 will use the exact same sensor as the Galaxy S24. But given the track record, this 12-megapixel camera is likely a step up from the previous 32-megapixel ones. So what does this mean for your photos? First, we can expect clearer details, especially in more challenging lighting conditions. A high-resolution sensor without quality optics often means more noise in the final image. Dropping to a well-designed 12-megapixel sensor could result in a cleaner, more consistent picture. Fans to the series. If these rumors are accurate, the Galaxy A56 could finally give us a selfie camera worth talking about. While it won't be identical to what you get with the flagship models, this upgrade would certainly elevate the mid-range experience for all those selfie lovers out there. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know in the comments if you think this upgrade is a game changer for Samsung's A series, or if you'd like to see more from this mid-range lineup. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on the latest Samsung releases. Catch you in the next one. Now let's dive into the exciting showdown between two of the biggest heavyweights in the smartphone world: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both of these phones push the boundaries of mobile technology, offering cutting-edge features and exceptional performance. But which one takes the crown as the best big phone of 2024? Let's dive in and compare them side by side. Design. Starting with the design, both phones have distinct looks that reflect their brand identities. The iPhone 16 Pro Max stays true to Apple's iconic rectangular shape with flat sides and soft corners. This year, it features an even slimmer bezel, allowing for a larger 6.9-inch display. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, keeps its sleek, curved edges and integrates the ever-popular S Pen, a feature unique to Samsung's Ultra series. Size-wise, the differences are minimal. The iPhone 16 Pro Max measures 163mm at 77.6mm, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly shorter, but a bit wider at 162.3mm x 79mm. That extra width allows room for the S Pen, which gives Samsung an edge in productivity. Apple, however, introduces something new this year: the camera control button, a capacitive touch key that allows for zooming and other camera controls with a swipe. When it comes to color options, Apple sticks with its sophisticated muted tones: white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Samsung goes for more variety with options like titanium violet and yellow. And for those ordering through Samsung's website, you get access to exclusive colors like titanium blue and green. Display. Now, onto the display. Both phones deliver top-tier screen technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery-smooth 120Hz refresh rate. As with the iPhone 15 Pro series, you also get the always-on display feature, which lowers the refresh rate to just 1 Hz when the phone is idle. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind with its stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that also supports 120Hz refresh rates and an always-on feature. One advantage Samsung brings is an anti-reflective coating, making outdoor visibility much easier in bright sunlight, something the iPhone lacks. Both displays are breathtakingly vibrant, but there are subtle differences in color. The iPhone 16 Pro Max tends to lean towards warmer yellowish tones, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a cooler, more tealish hue. A standout feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop its brightness to just 1 nit for easier nighttime viewing, great for late-night scrolling. Performance. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-generation 3nm process. This makes it incredibly efficient, with significant improvements in heat dissipation and sustained performance compared to its predecessor, the A17 Pro chip. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra is no slouch either. It runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, custom-tuned for Galaxy devices. While the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performs well, especially in gaming and graphics-intensive tasks, it tends to throttle a bit sooner than Apple's A18 Pro under extreme stress. In benchmark tests, the iPhone 16 Pro Max leads in CPU performance, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra takes the edge in 3D graphics, scoring slightly higher in peak performance. However, Apple's new chip excels in long-term sustained performance, so if you're planning on pushing your phone to its limits, the iPhone may have a slight edge. Camera next. Let's discuss one of the most critical aspects of any flagship phone, the cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 48-megapixel main sensor paired with a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Apple has also introduced a new lens coating to minimize lens flare, addressing a common complaint in previous models. On the flip side, Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra brings its camera game with a 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel zoom lens, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Samsung has packed in more megapixels, but remember, megapixels aren't everything. The iPhone tends to produce more natural-looking photos, whereas the Galaxy S24 Ultra sometimes leans into oversaturation, delivering more vibrant images. In low-light photography, both phones perform exceptionally well, but Samsung's larger sensor can capture more detail in some scenarios. For video, the iPhone takes the crown with its 4K recording at 120 frames per second, ideal for capturing stunning slow-motion footage. While Samsung's camera app offers tons of customization, Apple's new camera control button provides a more intuitive experience for videographers. Battery life and charging. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 16 Pro Max packs a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra edges it out with a 5,000 mAh battery. Both phones are more than capable of lasting through a day of heavy use, but Samsung's slightly larger battery may give it a slight advantage. When it comes to charging, Samsung takes the lead. The Galaxy S24 Ultra supports 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt charging speed. Samsung also has reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds on the back of your phone, something Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't offer. Software. Lastly, let's compare software. Both iOS and One UI are polished, mature operating systems, but they offer different user experiences. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a fantastic choice. But if you're looking for more customization options, better charging speeds, and love the idea of an S Pen, Galaxy S24 Ultra might be the perfect phone for you. Ultimately, both of these phones are top-tier devices with a ton to offer. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a powerful, feature-packed smartphone that will keep you ahead of the curve in 2024.